This is Insomnia, one of the few nightclubs to remain standing on Walking Street since the COVID pandemic hit. Most of what you see now are newly built hip-hop places, go-go bars, and an absurd amount of Indian clubs. Back when Insomnia opened over a decade ago, it truly offered something fresh into Pattaya's growing nightlife scene. However, is it still worth going to in 2025? Okay, before I start, let me state why Walking Street is such an attractive destination for tourists. While it is true that a high amount of tourists come to experience the vibrant nightlife on the road, there is also a large amount of people that come specifically for the women, and probably the ladyboys as well. Anyway, most of these people tend to hang around inside nightclubs, and about 90 or 95% of them obviously come for one thing, and you already know what it is. So, what are the women like in Insomnia? Well, just a bunch of girls that stand around waiting for something to happen. A big amount of them are working girls looking for customers. There truly is nothing special here. The first years back, when it first opened, it was completely different. The women came to enjoy the music, dance the night away, and would happily interact with men. It was easier to click with them as they were more open-minded, and if there were signs of chemistry, then the conversations would flow, and one thing would then usually lead to another. Now, there were freelancers as well, but this wasn't really an issue, because freelancing wasn't taken too seriously back then. Fast forward to 2025, it seems like the women here come only for business. How it developed into this, I'm not entirely sure, but I suspect that it could be partly due to social media, giving Walking Street a somewhat dirty reputation, and because of this, it's possible that the new generation of women that come to party here have been brainwashed into thinking that freelancing is supposed to be the norm. Also, with the rise in male tourists arriving and giving in to their demands, only makes them confirm this belief. Of course, if you are single and looking to pay for freelancers, then it's going to be a dream for you. There are ladies everywhere. The moment you walk in, the women are either going to stare at you, say hello to you, poke you. There are definitely more of them than guys. You will see a lot of women dancing with their sexy bodies on the dance platforms, and there is a range of women to choose from. Young, old, cute, fat. The Thai freelancers eagerly await their next customer, so you will be spoilt for choice. If you are a good looking dude, they may even fight over you. However, if you are a guy looking for something different, maybe free, then you might as well just pack your bags right now. The game here has changed, and getting a free casual hookup on the night is highly unlikely. Whether this happens will be determined purely on circumstance and how good you are with words. Not impossible though. I do believe that on some nights, a very small percentage of guys in Insomnia succeed. But for everyone else, it is becoming increasingly likely that if you want to find something free, it will take more than just one evening of seduction and kissing. We now live in an era of social media, and these girls here use apps such as Line and Instagram to communicate. So if you met a girl on a night out, then utilising this effectively will play a big part on whether you are going to follow up with her on a later day. All the clubs on Walking Street are filled with freelancers, so it's difficult to distinguish whether or not Insomnia is the best club to go to. However, in Insomnia, I have found that the women are less intimidating and that it is easier to interact with them as the club doesn't get too packed. Other things to consider are the drink prices being a little bit friendlier. It opens till the early hours of the morning, and they have a bar below with pool tables. I think it's called E-Bar. It is free to play, and winner stays on. I would also say that the EDM music is slightly better than most of the other clubs. While other clubs tend to adopt a boring hip-hop feel, the DJ at Insomnia plays more upbeat and dancey music. The staff and security have been quite welcoming, and I have noticed that if you buy a bottle, they become friendlier. This is good, because there are other clubs on Walking Street, which I won't name, where the staff and security are absolutely rude and annoying. Despite the decline of Insomnia since COVID, I still think it remains competitive, thus being a good option to party at to this current day.